Misinformation podcast at Walker Stalker Con in Chicago 2014. Lucky enough to be here with 3 of the 4 fellows from AMC's Comic Book Men. Hi guys.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, Michael Zapcic, Bryan Johnson, Ming Chen. Do you ever not smile, Ming?
No, never. Even
Never?
when I'm getting beat down and verbally berated, always smile on my face.
Pretty much all the time, huh?
It's that's how I hide my tears.
Is there anybody who's not up your ass all the time?
No, well, let's see. These guys, Walt, my wife, yeah, everybody.
So it's just as rough at home?
It's no, by far.
Nice
no.
little save there, Ming.
By far, no.
If you're listening, Debbie Jen, you're a saint.
Mike's been to Chicago before. Brian's been to Chicago before.
Yep.
Ming, have you been to Chicago?
I have actually grew up in a suburb here called Warrenville.
Oh, okay.
I was 4 years old, and I have an aunt who lives in Aurora, home of Wayne's World, so
Sure.
well familiar with this
The way you
place.
rap, I would have thought you grew up on 8 Mile.
Yeah, I know.
I think you either won or nearly won a competition once, didn't you?
I think I won.
You lost.
I was
you
I
lost.
was robbed. I was robbed.
No.
Came down to subjective judging, and I think I won. But
I out-rapped him.
It's fair. Well, but you're 4% black.
Yeah.
So, you came in with an advantage right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate,
It's not
yeah.
even fair. I mean, and as a man who's 4% black, do you feel it's important that you represent people of color on TV?
Yeah, I think so. I find comic book men to be too white. I don't like it. So
I agree.
It's fair.
I like it.
See, I didn't get the whole Uhura thing being a big, edgy interracial kiss because I'm not white.
Well, I gotta tell you, he brings street to the stash.
Yeah, street cred. Because I guarantee you, it's not Walt bringing the street cred at any point. Maybe a little metal, like a smidgen of metal, but no street cred.
No, definitely not him either. So.
I'm the whitest guy you'll ever meet.
Awesome. Now, so you guys are third season now,
Yes.
Comic Book Men. You're all pretty regular guys. I mean, you have family lives, you got, kids that are either yours or that you're very close to, responsible. Like, how much of an adjustment is that to go from just doing a 9 to 5, just having a place where you hang out, to all of a sudden, hey, I'm on TV now, and I'm coming to conventions and I'm doing stuff that isn't the norm for me. Like, how much of an adjustment do you guys have to make?
Not that much, really, because I'm still doing the 9 to 5.
Right.
We're still at the stash, Walt and I, running the place, and it's almost no adjustment. I just have to, tailor weekends, but that's about it.
Sure.
There's no adjustment for me because I still don't work. just do the cons, and I did when I used to work for the stash, I did tons of Comic Cons.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
But now I don't have to carry a bunch of shit.
Right.
So that part's good, I guess.
I think that's the greatest adjustment. Like the con thing, we go to cons anyways. Nice to be on the other side of the table now.
Sure.
But yeah, we don't have to lug boxes around. No manual labor. A little manual labor, not as much.
You're not responsible for mailing shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and as far as real life,
Never
like
was.
people aren't chasing us down the street or anything. We get recognized here and there.
And is it helpful that the shooting schedule is so condensed? Like, does that help you kind of, as you go back to your real life? It's only like a 3 or 4 week schedule, isn't it?
No, it's
No,
more like
it's
9 or 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
3 or 4 months schedule.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Okay. Okay. Well, then it's not that condensed, I guess. I guess that's pretty.
No, but it is, in one block. So yeah, I guess that's kind of nice.
Sure. Now, have you seen? Obviously, there's probably been some changes in the way business works at the stash, with shooting there.
Yeah.
What's the worst part of it?
Is people bringing in their shit boxes,
Right.
of shit.
Sure.
And I mean that in the most literal way possible. There are people who bring in, like, boxes of comic books with crap on them. Like rat droppings and squirrel shit. And it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, I had them in my basement. I saw your show. I see you guys buy stuff. Like, not this.
Well, I'm sure
Get it the
everybody-
hell out of here.
Everybody thinks they got something.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's
Everybody
got
thinks
gold.
They got gold in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Never
it's just
trash,
literally
always
garbage.
trash.
So
They always get annoyed. Or they think that if you're like, I think that you're like, well, this really isn't worth anything, or Walt will cherry pick, Walt will just take the good stuff.
Sure.
I think their natural inclination is to think that you're going to then lowball them. And
yeah. No, because of the show, that's the bitch, is that we have to be even more fair. I mean, not that we were never not fair,
Right.
but we bend over backwards to, even up the price. If someone comes in with a sob story, Walt usually does fall for it. It's not even a matter of falling for it. It's like it's for a dog kennel someplace. All right, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So
Well, and when you're out there, and you know, hundreds of thousands to millions of people are going to see it, you can't bend somebody over. You know,
Yeah,
you don't want that
exactly.
reputation. You still have business to do. you
there's
know?
some people who actually do bend people over.
On TV.
I'm not mentioning names or anything.
Yeah.
They say Pawn Stars. Like I mean, I don't know if it's the case or not, but I always read online that like Pawn Stars that they always underestimate or will lowball people for their stuff.
Really? I guess it doesn't surprise me.
Well, actually, the people have to fly out there, and they have to lug their shit. And if they don't sell it, they have to lug their shit back. They don't pay
Wow.
them to fly out. They don't pay them to stay. They don't pay them to sell their stuff.
So there's no guarantee for them.
No.
No.
So like the Pawn Stars offered me $100. I won't take anything less than $12,000. And they're like, well, I felt that I made a good deal today by taking the $20 they gave me.
There's no guarantee on comic book men either, though.
Right.
Like I think sometimes something comes in, Walt knows he doesn't want it no matter what.
Right.
But
But you need some no's for good TV. I mean, everything can't be a yes. You know, and now are most people fairly local or within driving? I mean, or do you have people that have come from all the way across the country?
We have.
Yeah.
But
a lot of
usually
people are
they'll-
local. One dude came in and he was just hoping to cover his train fare from New York. He was like, I don't want to lose money bringing
Right.
this thing
Yeah.
down, but
So Walt actually gave him more than the guy asked for.
Yeah.
Really?
So you can get home and take home a little bit of money.
He's a big softie, isn't he?
he's not really.
No, the cameras are rolling. Oh yeah, he's a big softie.
After that, no. So if some of that has been kind of the best or the worst, like boxes of shit, what's been something that's been really positive or is like the best that you've gotten out of
We
it?
have had people who brought in stuff that, like, I don't know what this is. My grandmother had it in her attic for 50 years, and we're like, wow, this is amazing. And we actually give them a really fair offer. Sure. And they'll take it. You know, I bought a stack of really cool Bronze Age books, horror books, and we made her a really, really nice deal, and she took it. We both profited from the venture. She wanted to get rid of them,
Right.
and we wanted them in the store.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And can you think of anything off the top of your head, Ming, that has happened that's positive?
I mean, any toy from my childhood that
Yeah.
I wasn't able to buy at that time.
Right.
I didn't have any money, or my parents wouldn't buy it for me. I mean, that
Which means every toy.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, my parents were kind of tight-fisted.
Anything other than a plate of hot dog with no buns.
Yeah, exactly. So
Bing would curl up
yeah,
with a sponge as a child.
That's absolutely right. By the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. That was like the holy grail when I was a 9-year-old kid.
Right.
Wanted it for 30 years. I wanted this thing, and finally, I got to buy it. Much higher price than it was when I, back then. But now I own it. So
For me, it was a Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago for my birthday, my wife bought me a Millennium Falcon, and I played with it for like 3 days. I'm like, how can I not?
Yeah.
I'd go over to my buddy's house, and he's like, I have the Millennium Falcon, but you can't fucking touch it.
like, come on.
What a
Yeah,
dick.
I know
Yeah.
exactly.
Most of my friends are dicks.
Hey, it's true.
Oh, was it him?
No. Nobody is kind of a dick. So.
Well, what about you, Bryan? Anything,
What's that?
anything positive for you, or like any like gems that you've had? Anything you were really excited about?
That came into the store?
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
Now there was that first issue of or that what was it? Was it not Creepy? What was that magazine? Famous Monsters.
Famous Monsters.
Famous
Oh, yeah.
Monsters that came in. I looked through that. That was pretty cool. But a lot of like the superhero stuff I don't care about. I mostly only care like if horror stuff, like horror stuff that comes through, I'm interested in. Or like old magazines, that sort of thing. But the superhero
porn that
stuff I
people
don't
bring
really
in
care
porn.
about.
You can't go wrong. There's no such thing as bad porn.
Yeah.
Well, and kind of on a related note, how's Cryptozoic Man doing? Is it doing well?
It's doing well, yeah. It's
Good.
doing real well. We sold out. A lot of people have come by and said that like a lady came by. She said issue 1 was too expensive for her because it's a wall book now, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't. I don't like that. Like I would rather somebody read it than
Sure.
put it on the wall. But I mean, it did well. It did real well.
Is it something that might be distributed then? You think? You think they saw enough interest in
You
it.
like trade paperback?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna do one. They're
Really?
totally
That's
gonna,
great.
they're totally
That's
gonna
great.
do one.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
It's really great. It's really great. I don't want to take too much more of your time. There's other people backing up. But one thing that is neat to us is how much podcasting has come to the forefront of entertainment in general. Mike and me, you guys do We Sell Comics. Ming does 130 other podcasts.
Yes,
on top of
true.
that.
He does.
Tell him Steve Dave is by far my favorite show to listen to.
Thanks.
It's
I mean, look
You
at
know.
where we are today.
Yeah.
Convention started by podcasters. Like, it's just really weird
yeah.
to think.
Yeah, and basically just thank you guys for doing that, because you give a credibility to a medium that, 5 years ago nobody knew what it was. So that's important to us. That we appreciate that. So please keep doing it. Thank you for doing it for free. That's the greatest thing.
Yeah, they don't ask you for anything.
Never.
Never.
Well, it's not, but it's not like they don't. It's not like they shut off the lights if they don't get Kickstarted,
Right.
And the things like you guys were talking about the other day or a couple weeks ago on the cast. It's always you get something in return. It's not just like, hey, please send us money so we can buy a new mixing board. Or please send us, the kind of shit we do. So that you get a product, you get something either tangible or something you can enjoy.
And some people still complain.
Yeah.
Still not good enough for them.
Yeah, and they
of
bitch
people.
about it and don't even contribute. That's the thing
Yeah.
that cracks me up.
Thank you, internet. It's the place where everyone can go and be a bitch, not just bitch, be a bitch. But thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate it. Enjoy everything you do. And thanks for being a part of one of our misinterview is what we actually call these when we get together with folks.
Cool.
Nice to finally meet you after all
Yeah,
these
it's
years.
very nice to meet you.
I see you on Twitter constantly.
Yeah, not as much as I wish I was because I gotta be at work sometimes. But yeah, it's a good time.
That sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, work sucks. Work sucks. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You got it.
And this has been Misinterview, cast of Comic Book Men. Love you. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.